Welcome to Ravens Over. Please subscribe to my channel, also the notification bell, like this video and share. It is hard being a two-spirit woman in this world we living in. We don't know who's our friend, who's actually in the background that want to try to hurt us or harm us. We have to be very careful how we move because everybody can't do what we do because we're strong individuals and we don't really even know who's really our friend. Can we trust? Can we just live our lives and just be left alone? Why is it so important that you have to stop us from breathing? Why is it that we have to have passable versus non-passable? Why is it that we both seem to go through the same struggles? And why is it we still have to watch our back from the cops, the gangs, and the men that supposed to love us? Tranny chasers. At the end of the day, we don't know where our bullet gonna come from. And even then, you won't stop us, because we're true leaders. We stand in our truth. We look out for our sisters and our brothers. We will not be erased. So at the end of the day, this video is to let you know the passable versus non-passable, the same struggles, and our love for our sisters. Stay woke. What's going on, people? It is the day of another day that we call Wednesday. And with it being said, what's going on, people? Hopefully everybody's doing everything as far as being safe in this world we're living in, and knocking down doors and making your dreams come true and practicing ignore. Now I want to talk about something about as far as being passable to spirit woman. Unfortunately, a lot of times we don't really talk about this part as far as being passable. There's a lot of negativity that come across with it. Now, when I say passable, I'm not talking about me, because I'm not. I know some of you say brave being passable. I get it. I'm not going there with you right now. And the reason why I say this is because the ones like me, we're the ones that's always in the front line. But I want to stay focused on being passable. There's one thing about being passable that a lot of people understand. First of all, you're trying to do it because basically you want to blend into society, you know, and try to create your growth within the thing that you want to see, foresee your whole life, and things you know, dreams and goals you want to have, your house, your car, and everything that comes along with it. So you're kind of doing everything as far as moving forward to get passability, whichever passability may be. Now the thing about it being passable is that there are so many things that happen to you being passable that a lot of times people don't really talk about. Now if you're a very passable girl, your picture's going to be shared. And when your picture's going to be shared online, people are going to be referred to you as a man. They're not going to say, oh, that's trans, or that's a, but they're definitely going to say two spirits. I'm trying to get the two spirit thing out. But the thing about it is that they're not going to usually say that's trans. They say, there's a man, they show your pictures around, and then your pictures are circulating because you're passable. And the fact of the matter is they just can't believe that you're two spirits. So now everybody getting the whole idea of what to look for, and then they get the whole caption, look out guys, this is what they're looking like, this is what they're looking like. So now they're norming the guys on what to look at, not realizing that there may be some guy that is attracted to us that's going to try to find us. But I'm going to stay focused on, we're going to go back to that. Then it's the ones that try to see you on the streets, like, that's one. They say, that's not one, that's one. And then they'll call you over to them in front of their friends to prove that you are two spirit. They say, well, that's one, you know. Say, so Raven, come here. And I come over, how you doing? Hey Raven, how you doing, girl? I ain't seen you in a while. You have a conversation, and all the friends are watching. They're like, oh shit. Now they looking at everything. I mean, they going up and down. Of course you're being deceived by one of your LGBTQ friends, because those are the ones that out us, also the ones who help get us murdered. That is what it is. And this is why I am the way I am. Nathan Matthews on Facebook from Charlotte, North Carolina. He puts underneath, damn, how many trans women have to be murdered before people start fighting for them? Now remind you, that is the storyline. Now of course trans women are like, oh, he's supportive. He's actually fighting for us. That's just a cover up. He don't even see us the way we thinking he do. As reported back in May the 31st, which is just last month, he stated, he's basically saying, stick up for trans women. Now you're thinking basically, okay, he's for us. He has no problem with us. Guess what? He got a bunch of us on his list. He's letting them know that he's for us. This is how, my personal opinion, we get murdered. The killer be on our page, walking us low key, and we don't even know it. He refers to this girl here. I'm upset. He was talking to another trans woman. Okay, I have a lot to be upset about. She's speaking in reference to, the fact that the trans women are being murdered and killed and stuff, and she's upset by so many different things that's happening. So he replies back on them. Remember, he's supposed to be part of the allies, the ones that care about trans women. He says, what is that supposed to mean? He said, why are you so upset? You claim I'm always upset. What is it based on? He says, seems like you're paying about rights. So why are you asking me about why I'm upset? You know the answer. If you already clearly know the answer about the post. But are you mad about black rights or trans rights? He wants to have a conversation. Are you upset about the black rights or the trans rights? She's upset about both, but she's upset about trans rights because the simple fact of the matter is that trans murders because they've been getting killed. She's a trans woman. Of course she don't like the way it goes. So he says, right, she says, have a good day. He said, you can't be mad about trans rights. It's your choice. If you are a guy and dress like a woman, it's just not acceptable in society. Karen's owners explains about that. Besides, it goes against God's belief. And he puts Candace Owens, the one who hates black people and trans, and he sits and refer to her and left YouTube pages for her to go check out against us. You should try being a guy. It would make life a lot more easier, better. This is what he's supposed to be supportive of us. This is shit I be talking about. They don't be for us, and it's the kind of guy that I personally believe that gets us murdered. He don't really see us, but he's in the mix and he's circulating in our area, and we're not careful. This is how we get killed. And I don't trust these men, and I know there's more snakes like him. Sisters beware. Block him. Take him off your page. Block him. He is a snake, and I do believe he'll hand us over to killers if he ain't the killing his damn self. Okay, your sister been doing some digging. Now, Jamila was talking in reference to Candy. Candy has sad to announce that Jamila has revoked my invitation to her podcast because I tweeted only women can give birth. Apparently, the statement made her trans co-workers feel unsafe. My refusal to weather myself for biological realities has cost me yet again. Sad. Jenny respond, sorry, we have trans people working with us. I can't have Candace on the podcast anymore. You are both free to say whatever you like about us publicly. I'm sure you will have an entertaining spin. But nothing is worth my friends and co-workers feeling unsafe, Jay. And this is what he refers to remind you. She refused her, Candace, on the podcast because she's negative and talk about trans people. He's for Candace. Remember, what is wrong with that picture? Why are you on our page? Why are you so much around us? Stay woke. This is how killers end up killing us. Stay woke for their asses. And let me just speak on this also as well. I wrote this because I thought it was important. Call your name in front of our capture them. Stare. I always talk about the stare. Sex. This is the number one reason a lot of trans women are murdered. My personal opinion. She has sex with a guy, basically never done it before, first time experience. He likes it. In fact, he fucking loves it. He feels as though you've done something to him, and he feels as though I can do, I gotta rob you, I gotta do something bad to you, because you done something bad to me. Now, in reality, she didn't do anything bad to him. She did what he asked him to do. She did what he asked her to do and basically gave him sex. And back to giving sex, he liked it, he's upset, he's thinking about society, he's thinking about everybody's going to know. Oh my God, I can't believe I've done this. How can I let my boys know I wasn't with it? Then we end up being murdered. And the thing about it is that for some reason, to get a man to stand his truth is like the hardest thing. We got a lot of cowards. Then we got heroes. Let's start there. We got a lot of birds, and we got eagles. So the theory is she did what he wanted. She gave him sex and turned him the hell out. Now he's upset. Now he feels like he's gay. Because at this point he was straight before. Now he's like, oh, I really like this. You did something to me. You tricked me. Now he's turned the whole thing on as if he's in prison. He's treating her as if he was raped by one of the guys in prison. And now he has to fight for his life and recover himself, to redeem himself. So now she's murdered. for doing something for him. I'm not saying all men, because I know the raven you starting. I'm not starting. I just don't trust these motherfuckers. Anyway, so when you're passable, and you're passable and stuff at the job, you're passable, like I said before, there's always somebody gay, somebody on the DL, somebody that's already know what's up with you. They have a conversation with you to confirm, it is what I think it is. Then they go out you on the job. And mind you, passable. No one's thinking about this, but there's always one for your LGBT that want to let the straight people know what you are. And at the end of the day, they don't give a shit about you. Let me stay focused. So now they go back and relay the message, and you know, that's not a real girl, and everybody's walking up to you, you know, then everybody's doing an examination test. Hey, how you doing, Raven? Now they're looking at you, they're looking for things. Now remind you, this person over there put the bug in their ear, and at the end of the day, you're being examined by people with a friendly smile, and it's all a trick. Another thing, you get hit on a lot. You get hit on a lot because obviously you're beautiful, and a lot of times guys are interested in you because your body, your whatever, if you got a cute face, cute body, cute whatever aspects they like or into, you know, they hit on you. So at the end of the day, you get hit on a lot more than most, and then there'll be someone out there say, yo, that's not a good girl. Now he's looking at you funny. Now that just puts your whole life on the line. Sometimes he has to redeem himself, and here it is now, you get punched in the face or get murdered. Because he can't stand up and say, that's what I like, and he doesn't feel as though, you know, he can stand in his truth, being a coward, because that's what they like to do, be cowards. Okay. Then, she blended for the job. I think I just covered that one. She blends into the job and stuff and basically get out. I talked about that. This is the thing with me. Some of you say, well, Raven, you're passable. I don't try to be passable. I just try to be Raven. Some people say, well, you're non-boundary. Call it what you want. I'm going to be Raven. I'm not trying to be passive. I'm not trying to be this. I'm just trying to be me. I'm trying to undo what's been done to me. I'm trying to go back to that person I once was before I left society in these down low, training chasing men and trans-attracted men done to me mentally. Because they beat me down for the person I am now. I was not this person before. I was strong. I stood in my truth. I was happy. When I first did what I did, I could get outfits, go out and have a good time. I was not known by myself being experiment, and it started tearing away my soul. So you have to be very careful of the soul snatchers that's coming to get you. And if they get enough soul snatchers out of you, that leaves you on the suicide list. Now here it is now, you thinking about suicide. Shit you never thought about before these men come inside your life and they're ripping parts of you apart. Especially if you're a girl that likes love, you know, you in love, I want to find a man that loves me, I just want to be in love, and he's not coming for the right reason, he starts ripping you apart. And I know people say, well, they do the same thing to cisgender women, and I get it. But when you're a two-spirit woman, and you're on these hormones and these pills, you're going all emotionally switched all over the place mentally, it's more of a breakdown. And that's something, because we're not going to compare cisgender women to two-spirit women, because at the end of the day, they both go their own hell, and no one's going to say they got it even worse than other, because at the end of the day, we're still being murdered by the men that we love the most, which is so crazy on so much of another level. And yet we still would go out and we try, and yet still we do meet a guy that we like, another girl goes and he ends up cheating on with another girl. We go after the girl, we don't go after the guy. It's so sad. It's so sad. Y'all go after the girl, but you go after the guy, but I'm not going to talk about that. But the thing about it is that I want to share this video only because I want to teach you about a mental break. Sometimes you have to keep a mental break to keep self. There are going to be so many men that's going to tell you, I'm not like the other dude, don't judge me for your past, just give me a chance, give me a chance. And the thing about it is, a lot of times you got to that part because you gave the next guy a chance, you gave the last guy a chance, you gave these guys a chance, and they all dogged you out, and they all don't even feel bad about it. They done moved on, got another girl, went got a cis woman, knocked her up, gave her a baby. Here it is, you still hurting. You can't even move on because you feel as though I let my guard down, I let you in, and you hurt me. He's like, so what? Get over it. But that's not what he said before he got you. But now he got you, he done turned your whole world around. Here it is, you had potential for so many different things. You was heading some place, and they stopped it. And once he stopped it, he walked away and continued his life on. Now you're stuck here, and you're hurt because you can't believe that you're still hurting. And the thing about me is, which I've learned, and I'm sharing with you, don't cry over a man If you got enough strength to get out that bed, honey, keep going. Date even when you don't want to. Date when you're not even ready. Just, you don't got to sleep with them. You got to go take them to bed. Just keep dating them. And when I say date, change the format. You got to take me out here. You got to take me there. And don't give it up so quick. Unless you just want to. You just that kind of girl, like, I just want to get it over with. Because a lot of times guys won't stick around until they have sex and they'll leave too. It's the damn if you do, damn if you don't. I don't want you to become like me because I'm a jaded bit of bitch, and at the end of the damn day, I don't trust any of them. Because they come in snatching souls. They come in snatching souls, and they don't give a shit. And they think it's funny, and it's not funny. We're real people with real feelings and real with a heart. And I find it amazing that if you hurt them, they get upset. Oh, baby, they go through it. Oh, baby, they mad. They pissed off. Who the hell you think you are? I will fuck you up. I've never in my life been, I fought so many men that wanted to be with me. I'm fighting men that want to be with me. I'm not fighting men on the street that goes, you know, well, I can't stand them. So these guys are sexually attracted to me, and since they can't have me, they want to fight me. Like, who goes to this shit? I'm 6 feet tall, which I've talked about this before. I've never in my life known being 6 feet tall. I've been jumped on 6 times to be raped on the street like a doll. So they said, well, what was you doing out there? Because you know you got to blame the victim. The victim must have had on something. You must have did something to that poor little innocent man. You poor little innocent man that decided to rip your clothes off and stick his dick inside of you. You did something to him. That's the world. It depends on who you are, and it depends on how they feel about you. And due to the fact that I wake up every day black, and every day I walk out the door black, I know they ain't gonna give a shit about me. Somebody's gonna turn it around and make it be my fault. And they may go down the shoe bladder on so many different things, even more so worse. So I have to preserve my mental. I didn't realize that being the two spirit, everything works against me. This works against me, these work against me, it all works against you. And if you got a pocketbook, it all works against you when being raped. That means that you got to fight. You got to hold on to your pocketbook because it's going to be snatched today. You got to fight a man with one hand, and he's fighting you with two hands, and then you're trying to hold fight. Then you're trying to run away. He snatched you back and stuff. And the whole purpose of this, the sexual act of it, he loves the fact that you fight back because this is part of the sexual fantasy. While you fight back, and thank God, and I'm not going to sit in front and stuff because I was getting my ass handed to me. I was fighting back. But the thing about it was that it took the grace of God to touch them. And I feel like God just said, and it just
stop that.
And I'm always thinking that when I get older and stuff, am I going to have the same thing, or is somebody actually going to rape me? And the thing about it is that these men don't put condoms on. These men try to rape you with raw dog dicks. It is like they don't give a shit. So if they got, they gonna give it to you. And there's some girl, like one girl, she was real beautiful. She was raped and stuff. Next you know, she died from AIDS. Now she's dead now. She was beautiful as hell. She was undeniably beautiful. And the thing about it is she's dead. And the thing about it is that these are things that we as two-spirit people have stepped into. We're like, well, they're just doing this because, well, no, you stepped into women's world. And the sad part about it being a woman is murder that comes with it. And I try to express it, well, they killed because they're trans. No, they killed you because you're a woman. You're walking in the shoes of a woman, so you got to take everything that comes with that shit. That's why you get to say army, you got to stay prepared. That's why girls stays in groups and now go around by themselves. You girls that walk around by yourself feel like, okay, well, if shit pops off, you ain't gonna be able to, you're not gonna be able to handle the situation if it's enough men and it's just you. And if they don't know and then they figure it out, then you know you cut up and you're inside of a bag on a river and you killed them, murdered and dead. And some of the men that probably can fuck with you, that like you, still won't stand up and fight for you because he's too afraid of being outed. These are the men we're dating. And then at the end of the day, they don't even see us as human. Well, I'm a bottom or you a top. What? Now, I'm not saying some girls don't do that. That's fine. But the thing about it is that it's in transition become a woman, not in transition become somebody that has somebody to fulfill your needs to service you. And I think it's really strange because when you're passable, they want to take you to the family because they don't want to be outed. You have to be super passable to not be outed. But that's the reason why they really want you there. They want to be able to take you to the movies. They want to be able to take you outside. They want to be able to take you around the family. And they don't want no one to know. And I'm not saying every case, but this is the reason why. So the reason why they want to meet you in person for the examination test. Now, they sit up there flattering, acting all sweet and nice, but it's just a trick. It's just an interview trick. So basically, I'm interviewing you to see if I can take you around anywhere, if I can take you outside. Is people going to know how many people know you around this area? They're interviewing you. Now remind you, you the baddest bitch. You the one that's out there. You the one that's out there doing everything. If they walk through the door, when the door one way, count another way. You the baddest, the strongest bitch. And you walking out the door, you got a big ass built man that's afraid of what somebody gonna say. He wants somebody to hold his hand as he walks across the fucking street because he can't stand his truth. A real fucking man, that's not a real man at all. And at the end of the day, it is so sad that when you try to blend into this world, they find ways to kick you out. That's why I don't blend in. I had to go back, I had to revisit myself before this whole Ubala land. I had to revisit myself, I had to step away from all this whole thing and step back. Then it's the girls that's passable that try to make sure they only hear around girls that are passable because they don't want anybody out them, or they try to hear around cis women. They don't want anything to do with the two-spirit women because they scared somebody to go out them. It is a dangerous place to be when you are passable and you have a secret and no one knows and someone can't wait to out you. Now it's a good place to be if nobody really gives a shit. It's a good place to be if you don't really give a shit. But a lot of times girls do all this work to get themselves to another level. They're not doing it so they can be outed. They're doing it so they can have a regular life like everybody else and just live their life productively without your criticism and your judgment and so much of your murders. But unfortunately, a lot of girls, like I said, have been murdered for being passable. A lot of us feel this, a lot of men feel the stuff that we should be in the ground because you were too beautiful. We were too pretty. You were too passable. So now you have to be murdered because he's trying to save the other men. And he feels justified for what he done until he gets dressed too. And I always find it funny how these tranny chasers, these tranny attractive men, don't go after them. They don't go after these men. They let us swing it out on ourselves. We're all in this shit by ourselves. They don't go after these men. They're like, you know what? We're going to start a group. Y'all fuck with them. You fucking with us. They don't do that. They sit back and go, yeah, I heard. What you doing tonight? You look good. You got to, damn, just like that. And these girls be committing suicide. They be doing all this pretend to try to be with these men just to be treated like shit. That's why I said, preserve your mental. I don't care if you passable or not passable. If you passable, you got it hard. If you're not passable, we have it hard, but we don't have it that hard. Because you know why? Everybody already know we are. We walking to us, oh, they go one. That's right, bitch. They go one. And make sure you keep the heat part in, because motherfucker, he comes with me. Because he gonna fuck you up. He just wait for you to walk over and act like you so motherfucking strong, baby. You ain't gonna be ready for the wrath of God that's gonna put on your ass. So make sure you prepare when you talk about him. Because we both listening. Because when we hear that, is that? Every girl knows that word, is that? Is that? We walk. That's why when I walk and I go outside, y'all, this is what I do. I walk real slow. I preserve all my energy. I preserve all my energy because I'm like, okay. Because when y'all come the fuck up, I'm good. I want to make sure I'm walking. I preserve all my motherfucking energy, but then again, you know I'm a violent bitch. But then again, I guess my story is because like, well, Raven, every girl is not violent, and that's fine. It's not about being violent. It's about self-protection. And the thing about it, I try to express to you, even cisgender women fight back. Even the littlest thin girl will fight back. So we sit back and say, well, we have to just take an L because it's a female. No, the fuck you don't. If a female feels as though she got to jump on you and beat your ass, baby, you better fight her to fight back. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck how old you are. If you put your hands on me, unless it's a little young kid, now it's a baby, a little young ass kid, then you know, then again, depends on the type of day it is. If it's the wrong damn day, you know, at the day I ain't gonna hit nobody's kid. But at the end of the day, you know, some of these little kids will beat you the fuck up. But I ain't talking about the little baby ones. I don't pay them no mind. They don't pay me. I don't really have that type of situation anyway. But the thing about little babies, I don't mess with them big babies, the 16s and 15-year-olds that's taller than you, that get up there and snatch you up and start punching you in the face, they will rock your motherfucking world. I remember being in school, this girl in my class had a fight with the teacher. Teacher fought back. She fought back. So how can we have to take an L when we were being murdered like them? No, goddamn it. If it's good for the goose, it's good for them. If you put your hands on me, I'm going to fight back. I'll retaliate. I don't give a shit what nobody say. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But it is the problem that when you are passable, they go through. The ones like me, we passable, but then some days we're not passable, and most days we don't give a fuck. Because we live for ourselves, we live for our name. We don't live for the gender or the transgender, whatever the hell y'all want to call us. We live in our truth because we don't give a damn. But I just wanted to tell you about this as far as being passable. I'm sure there's other things about being passable that the girls go through. I don't go through because I'm not passable, so I can't share everything. But I do know there's a time when that day comes when people start figuring you out and you hear the circulation in the wind. You're like, okay, they figured me out. You hear it coming. And you hear it coming. See, we don't go through that because they already know. They already know. They already know. And that's a good thing. So if you're not passable like me, we don't got to go through a lot of shit. Anyway, like I said before, subscribe to my channel, tap this Instagram button, follow me and follow back. Comment below how you feel about this video. Let me feel about this video. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell this way you know another video pops up. Let you know I love you. And thank you for watching. Catch you later.
Alright, now come on, Raven, let's go on Instagram. Like I said before, subscribe to my channel, tap this Instagram button, you follow me on follow back, comment below. Let me tell you something, there's always receipts. I'm letting you know right now, when we people not for us, we have to stand together in solidarity. If a man does send on our channel stuff that don't really represent us the way we thinking, remember, our sisters have been murdered by people they knew. They were not murdered by people they didn't know. Here it is, a man that's letting us know he's not for us. Block him, share this video if you can, get this man out of our channel and our life. Love you. Love you.